Hello and welcome to the Tabletop Games blog unboxing video. Today we're going to look at Jaws. No, that one. Yes, that one. So Jaws is by Ravensburger. It's a 2 to 4 player hidden movement, one against many type of game. It lasts about 45 to 60 minutes, ages 12 or above, complexity maybe 2 out of 5. As I say, it's a hidden movement game, so one of you is the shark from Jaws, and you'll be moving secretly around the sea, whereas the rest of you is, well, different people from the film. So it's a game in 2 acts actually. So in the first act you're on the beaches basically trying to protect people from the shark, or the shark's going around, and in the second act you're going to be actually on the boat and trying to fight the shark, and obviously the shark's trying to kill the people in the boat. So quite exciting, I'm really looking forward to it. But enough about the description of the game. Let's actually look what's in the box.
So, first of all, let's have a look at the beautiful artwork. Obviously, this is an image you will have probably recognized from the film, you know, the film posters and things. So, the shark, lady who gets, unfortunately killed quite early in the game. And it's a game of strategy and suspense. So, we shall see. Ravensburger here. I didn't say it earlier, but Ravensburger actually sent me this copy as a review copy. I really appreciate that. So, I'm doing the unboxing now, and then there'll be the review coming out this Saturday. So, keep an eye out for that. And there will eventually be a link up there in the corner as well, of course, as always with these things. So, shall we have a look at the box? It's a nice large box actually. Let's see how much is actually in there. Let's open it up. And the first thing we see, like so often, are the instructions, the rulebook, the game overview, Act 1, Act 2. As I said, there's 2 different acts in the game, which is quite nice. The objective, and there's even a how to play video, which is obviously always very useful as well. So very quickly, you know what the game is about. The rulebook then itself, has lots of illustrations, which is always great. So this is the setup, here are the different tokens, his setup explains some overview of the Act 1, Phase 1, event phase. So there's every different phases within each act, I guess. Shark phase, then the crew phase, and then I guess certain characters like Brody has a description here, and Hooper as well. And then Act 2 is the Orca. So this is where you're actually in the boat. So you set up the boat, and there's a deck, and again explain the setup, and again lovely illustrations. So a fair amount of text. There's a few things I think to consider, but again few illustrations breaking up, so I think nicely laid out. Different crew attack, shark attacks, end of the round, and then the end of the game at the end to decide whether the sharks won or whether the crew has won. And then you can also here get the different acts and some frequently asked questions, which is always useful, and of course the universal logo because it's based on the film. Next we have what looks like the game board. Let's fill that up. So Act 1, the island, divided into different sections here. So the shark will move around, and I think note secretly where it has been, and then it might even attack on a beach, and we're obviously trying to defend against it. And then on the back is Act 2, with the boat sort of sunk. So obviously you put the tiles of the boat on top of it, and as the shark attacks certain things, the tiles get removed and sort of reveal the sinking ship, which is quite nice. Lovely illustrations, works really well. It's a very nice thick cardboard. It's a nice finish. I think must be UV varnished, and I think it should last you a long time. Then we come to a few punch out tokens. Looks like there's 2 boards of those. We'll open those up in a minute and have a look. And then in here we have a deck of cards. Let's open that now. It comes all in its own baggies. There's no additional baggies, which is quite nice. I will look at these later as well, actually in more detail, so just want to show you that you can get them out. So we'll look at those in detail in a minute. Then some wooden tokens as well. I'll do some close-ups so you can actually see what they're like much better. Dice, obviously there's dice rolling involved, and some additional tokens here, some clips it looks like, so maybe that's sort of your health and things like that as you record. And then, yeah, so maybe that's sort of life of the shark, you know, Act 2, and then be more. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And then a nice little insert. I mean, there's lots of air in this box. I guess the biggest space that's taken up is by the board. So I reckon you could probably actually compact it down a bit and store the board separately if you're tight for room like myself. But yeah, let's have a look at some of these tokens in more detail. Yeah, so let's look at the cards first of all. It's a nice little deck. The cards are a little bit flimsy, I must say. I was hoping for something thicker. Now, I don't know whether you'll be holding them in your hand or just have them lying on the table, but I reckon they'll get used up quite a bit. So there's shark abilities, a resurface, lots of resurfaces, amity events. So these are probably the backs of the cards. I'll flip them over a moment. Crew gear, Hooper gear, Quinter gear, and Brody gear. So those are the 3 characters you can play. And then, yeah, on the back you have baseball bat. So people who know the film will probably recognize a lot of these things, what they do. Pistol, machete. So this will, I guess, will be for the orca face, the boat face later. A few things. I'm not going to show them all, but just to give you an idea. So there's illustrations here. And again, probably events from the film as well. So as I say, if you know the film, you'll probably be quoting things as you're playing this. Maybe even play the soundtrack in the background. Then the different attacks for the shark on the boat. I think the different sections. And then, yeah, I don't know what this specifically means in the game. And then we might as well also look at the dice. So they're 6-sided with single attack, double attack. And I reckon they're all the same? Probably. 3 of those. Nothing too special about them. They're plastic dice. Fairly standard. And then we can look at the wooden tokens. There's a little boat here. I guess that's for the first phase. There is the shark, of course. Dun, 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 dun. So wooden tokens, as I said. There's another boat here. I guess you move them around the map, and then some meeples, custom meeples as well. And there's 3 different player colors depending on what character you play. And then these are the clips I was talking about. So I think they're clipped to some of the boards so you can track lives and attacks and I don't know, those sort of things. Again, nice clips. I don't think there'll be too much of an issue. And then in the other bag were these things. So a shark tracker. So, ooh, is it opening up? It's a little bit stuck together. So you got the map there. So I guess that's for the shark to mark down where they were. So there's like a little, yeah, oh, there's a notepad that opens that way. So I guess you want to make photocopies of these or write it down separately. So I guess each round you say where you are, if you've eaten any swimmers, power tokens, you can tick them off and things in the map. Nice little paper. So I guess it also works as a shield there, and then you can shut it afterwards so no one can see what you've done as the shark. And then we got like 3 player boards, I guess. So it tells you what you can do in Act 1 as Quint, and then in Act 2, and again I think that's where the clips come in. So you can decide, well, track how much damage you've taken, wounds and things like that. Same for Brody, also double-sided. And then Hooper, of course, as well, with the famous sunglasses sticking out there. And of course, also the shark has its own little mat for different acts. And then it goes sideways all the way down there. So the shark's coming up. Yeah, so those are those. Nice thick cardboard, actually, I should say. Yeah, I mean, it's not thick, so it bends, you can see, but thick enough there's like a player board in front of you and I put the clip on as well. And then finally we come to the punch-out board. So there is 2 of them, as I said. Let's start with this one. Various tokens here. It's double-sided, of course. Again, relatively thin. Normally expect from punch-out tokens to be a bit thicker. But let's see how they punch out. So let's try and punch them out from the front. I think it looks like it's going to be straightforward. Yes, it is. I mean, the shapes are either rounds or squares, so not too difficult. They will come out really easily. Yeah, and as I say, double-sided, no swimming, opening soon. Ooh. See what happens, shark attack. And then the same for the tiles for the boat. Again, that will come out really, really easily. And there's not too many of them. And again, as I say, double-sided. So this allows you to build the boat. I think you start with like all okay, then you flip it over, there's a bit of damage, and then eventually it disappears, and the board underneath shows the full damage of it. But yeah, that was really all there is. I should have done it like this. So yeah, this was Jaws by Ravensburger Games. Again, thanks very much to Ravensburger for sending me this review copy. Really appreciate it. I can't wait to play this. Probably play it with our neighbours, which we started recently playing with our neighbours, because that's the only way really to get people together. And yes, our neighbour, he probably will play the soundtrack in the background and probably have lots of quotes from the film, make it even more sort of atmospheric to play this game. I can't wait to try it. And yeah, as I say, the review is coming out this Saturday as well. So of course, when I'm recording this and when I'm doing the review, it's a bit of distance magic of filmmaking as always. And yeah, check out the link in the top right there will be the link to the review once that's come out this Saturday. But that was all. As I say, thanks very much for watching. As always, please like, subscribe and comment below. Subscriptions are going up. Every subscription is appreciated, so please carry on. Check out the description for links to my Ko-fi and Patreon pages, as well as my blog. The Ko-fi and Patreon is if you do want to support me financially, which is also very much appreciated if you can afford it in these tough times. But that's all. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!